So this weekend I had the privilege of being invited by Hunter Engineering to participate in the 2025 Canadian Tire Products Parade promotion. We went in Friday to practice our demos and verify the setup, and then we spent all day Saturday and Sunday doing live demos, engaging with our dealers, and even had a few presentations to show them the latest Hunter innovations. Everything from ADAS, alignment, tire changing, and balancing, nothing but the best. The Canadian Tire dealers were great to work with. They were able to work with us on solving some of their problems, relieving some of their pain points, and we even have a few good chats and sold some equipment right off the show floor. We had some good meals downtown Montreal and had a great time with the crew. Look forward to working with them next year, hopefully in Toronto for 2026 Canadian Tire Product Parade.
Dane here from Hunter, representing Bolt-On Automotive Equipment, just here at the Canadian Tire Show in Montreal, getting things set up. Lots happening right now, forklifts going around. The booth is pretty much ready to go for tomorrow. We have a Hunter SmartWeight Elite with the laser system, so quick wheel dimension entry, drop the hood, so wheel lift on there. We got a hammerhead. Here we have the SmartWeight HN. This is the economical balancer from Hunter. Really good entry-level model from us to get started with your first Hunter unit. It's got the data set arms that we use, one on each side. There's inner right there, outer. Not a touch screen, but it does have a knob, which is pretty intuitive to control the screen functions. So less worry about grease and grime and dirt from people touching the screen. Here we have the latest and greatest. This is the Maverick, so full hydraulic control using joysticks. You can move your table in and out. It's got a wheel lift on it. It's an option. You got your mirror below for easy entry, easy use. See what's going on. Bead press arm. Here's a little closer look at the leverless hook that goes in and out of the tire. It also has auto set tire inflation station as well. This is Hunter's really popular machine, the 51C. So unlike what you would see with a normal tabletop machine with the 4 jaws that grab the tire, this actually has a center plenum with a wing nut that captures the wheel. So you don't have to worry about wheel damage because you have a plastic cone here, and then you're actually mounting the wheel very similar to how you would on a vehicle. We have a lower demounting disc to help with those heavy tires, and then you have your standard swing arm here and your power outside. This is a really new innovation from Hunter. It's a 53 Pro. There was models in the past that were similar, but this has a lot of improvements. A big one is the leverless head with the hybrid finger. So that actually makes it really easy to get the head in between the tire and the rim. It just sort of flips up when you're in there. It's got a lowered demounting disc as well, so you can use that if that's your preference. Has the double roller system, so I'll show you quickly how that goes into place. That swings around as you're demounting, helps keep the stress off the outside of the tire, keeps it in the drop center. Great machine. This is a classic from Hunter, the TCX 51. So basically 50 meaning a standard swing arm machine with 4 jaws and a single bead press arm. The nice thing about our bead press arms is they actually have a really long range, unlike some of the other machines you see on the market. So you can basically go down and touch the table. So if you can't break your bead with that press arm, then there's something wrong, right? So lots of help from that arm. Power outside shovel. It's got a standard inflation hose and also has a blast inflator where it empties this entire tank here underneath the jaws and helps you get that tire on the rim. This is everyone's favorite balancer at Hunter. It's the Road Force Elite. So it comes with a standard wheel lift there for heavy assemblies. It's got a speed clamp, and this is actually a Corvette wheel, so we're using the flange plate, which helps center the wheel really good, but it also keeps you from having any metal-on-metal contact because it's using the lug holes. We got touchscreen data interface. We got the load roller to check those tires for issues with the tires, help you match, mount, and balance properly. We've got a hammerhead with a top dead center laser system, full bullseye collet kit with color coding. Here I have the Hunter Hawkeye Elite X. So this machine is actually expandable. It can be converted to an ultimate ADAS unit down the road. So if you decide that you need to do more ADAS resets, it's becoming a pain for you and you need to get into that technology, this is future-proofing your shop. So you have the ability to expand. You're not going to have to sell your brand new aligner and then go and buy one of our ADAS units. You can pay the difference in price to convert this into a full ultimate ADAS. It still has the same great tire clamps and targets that we know and love. It's been around for a little while now. Very durable, easy to use, fast. Uses Winalign software. Comes with an ADAS link for your steering angle resets, your dynamic ADAS resets where you drive the car, full functioning scan tool so you can do a lot of other great things with it. Has a printer, has great storage capacity. If you were to upgrade it to an ADAS system, you have the target storage here, which is great. And it's a slick looking unit, doesn't really have a very big footprint, nice and slim tower. And then here we have the fully automated Revolution. So Revolution picks up the tire for you. Essentially all you're doing once you have it set up is you hold this go pedal down here and the screen will let you know if anything's going wrong, and it does all the work for you. It takes the labor out of the job. If you do a successful tire, the next one will come off for you automatically. You just hit the pedal once, walk away, go do something else, and you come back, and that tire will be waiting for you dismounted off the rail. Alright, it's Dane from Hunter. I just wanted to show you guys the Revolution automated tire changer. So we'll start by picking up the wheel, getting it on the flat. Once it's in position, I'm going to put my center clamp in, drop it down, and go to clamp. The next step is going to set my dimensions. So I'm going to bring my rollers down and line them up with my TPMS sensor. There we go. Now I'm going to demount both beads. Use these helper arms, give me a hand. And you want to make sure, even on this machine, to use lube when you're breaking the beads, just to help everything come off more easily, avoids tire damage. So right now it's breaking the bottom bead first, so I can put a little bit of lube in there. And I'm going to come up and do the top. Now you can see the tool head is actually going to come down and hook that tire. And we're going to use those bead press arms to relieve pressure 180 from the tool head. And it's actually using the lower roller to help push on that tire and relieve some stress on the bottom while the hook is dismounting up top. And now the next step is actually to use a lower roller and push that bottom bead up over the edge of the wheel. Alright, our tire's off. So now this is the point where we actually put some lube on the tire, typically on both sides. Hold your tire in the rough position where it needs to be for mounting. It'll bring its tool head down automatically, and you're just there to hold the tire for a second while it gets started. And then from there, you can use your bead press arms. If it's a tougher assembly, bring them right up to the tool head. It's going to use that roller to help push it into the drop center, and then these helping arms are going to help even more. There we go, our tire's on. Now it's going to retract all the tool arms out of the way automatically for you. We'll inflate our tire with the auto set tire inflation. So we just hit our tire pressure we want, hit start. If we needed extra help, we actually have a bead blaster with a hose, so we can put it right up to the side of the tire. And once it's inflated, you're good. You can unclamp. Bring your clamp out. Take your wheel off the machine. And if you did a successful pass your first time around, the next 3 assemblies, you can actually do them and walk away, and it'll remove the tire for you automatically, and you're away from the machine doing something else. sustained. Hunter, thanks for watching. So here we're showing off our Hunter Quick Check Drive. This is what a flight board would look like in your shop when the customers drive in and see the vehicles coming through. It shows the picture of the vehicle, shows the license plate, it shows whether or not the alignment is in spec or out of spec, and it also gives you, with the Quick Tread Edge, it'll give you a tire report to show you if any tires need replacing or if there's any safety concerns there. And if you notice closely here, may require safety system alignment. A lot of vehicles that require alignment now need a safety system reset, so that segues me into Ultimate ADAS.
All right, good, here we are. We're gonna do a front-facing camera target placement with our new Ultimate ADAS system. So not only is this a fully functioning Hunter Hawkeye Elite, but you can also do safety system resets and ADAS calibrations here in your alignment bay. So right here we've got a 12K scissor lift. You're gonna notice that this is actually above ground. It's not a flush-mounted rack. And the good thing about Ultimate ADAS is that we can compensate for any height differential, and that's why we're able to complete this target placement right here. So we'll go ahead and get started. First, we're gonna shoot out some green lasers here. What we're doing is identifying the OEM recommended clear space. We just want to make sure that nothing is in the way that's going to compromise this target placement. So once we've identified that the space is clear, we're ready to go ahead and skip.
So what's on the screen there? What am I seeing? Like, what's this red thing on the screen?
So what you're seeing here in this little screen is our 4 targets, and this is actually how the Ultimate ADAS knows exactly where this car is in space. So it's going to reference the 4 targets that we have on the wheel of the car, and it's going to see exactly where this car is sitting, and it's going to use that to reference where the target placements need to go.
Why was it red and then it just switched to green there?
So as our Ultimate ADAS makes adjustments, it's not going to be able to see the targets as it's moving, right? So once it gets to its final position of that step, it's going to read the targets, regain that visual on the targets, and then confirm again where the vehicle is in reference to the system.
Okay, so that lit up green to tell us
So that
was
means
ready to go.
So that means we're ready to go. We're good to skip to the next step, and let's go ahead and do that right now. So let's put the camera over here on the ground first, and this is called a time of flight laser. Let's get a little close in here. There's a red dot, 2 red dots. What we're doing right now is just identifying the clear space for these lasers, because this is what we're going to use to reference where the target will be moved into place. So once we see the space is clear, we'll go to the next step, which will be the floor height measurement. And these lasers are going to do a quick flash. We're going to make a quick adjustment here. And we're good. It's prompting us to mount our target board now, which we've already done. We're good. Most shops, we think that this is probably what's going to be the case, where the target board is left on, because 90% of these resets require something like this anyway. So next step is to mount the target. So we've got a drawer here where we've got all of our targets stored. Go ahead and grab target number 35. Get out of here. You signed it. Perfect. Also, before we skip, you're going to notice there's a green check mark here. So as soon as Claude mounted that target on, that green check mark appeared, confirming we had the exact right target. And we do that because there's a little encoder in the back, and this is going to confirm that we're ready to move forward with the correct target in place. Next, we're making our height adjustment. So you saw the crossbar travel up. What that's doing is compensating for the difference in height, and especially offset by the rack. So we know exactly where, we're putting the target in the correct position.
What's he doing with these lasers now?
What he's doing here, these lasers, stop moving for a sec, you're going to see these lasers are going to line up in this oval here. As soon as they line up, we're going to get a bit of a flash, and that's going to show us that we're in the correct position.
Okay. So basically on this screen here, the floor is going to light up green when everything's
Light
good.
up green, everything's
Okay.
good. We know that the fixture is in place. We saw the visual on the floor and on the screen, and it's going to prompt us to hit next here.
What's this in his hand here? What's that for?
That is a remote control, so if you're over at this machine but you're ready to skip to the next step, you can hit our K4 button, which is next. Right. So now it's going to prompt us to make a lateral adjustment on here. So as Claude moves the target board, he's going to do this over here. You can see the screen. Back on the screen here. We'll see the screen. See exactly where this target needs to be, and as soon as he gets into the green, it's going to give us those check marks again, and then we're ready to skip to the next step. So we're just going to let it regain sight of the vehicle here, so double check and confirm that we're in the correct position, and now we're ready to go. So there's some actuators in here. What we're going to do is adjust the roll, pitch, and yaw of this to get it dead square with the vehicle. And that's that final step to make sure that this is in the perfect position for the calibration. And then after that, we're going to use our ADAS Link scan tool or a scan tool of your choice to finish this calibration and send this off to the cloud for reference if needed.
Do you guys have any copies of the documentation they'll give you?
Yeah, we do. So let's go right here. So this is a broad overview of our documentation here. So over here you've got your alignment results. Before we do any ADAS calibration, we need a proper alignment, which we can also do with this system. So once we confirm alignment is okay, we're ready to do our calibrations. And when we start calibrations, it's going to show us exactly each step that we completed. So we identified the clear space, we confirmed that, we confirmed the correct targets, we confirmed the orientation of them and the placement, and we also confirmed that this is a completed calibration. All right.
Perfect. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks, Dylan.
Thanks, Dylan.
Go ahead.
So the key with the machine is this here is we have a incorporated wheel lift here. It's a hydraulic wheel lift. So when we raise it up, we reduce that fatigue for the technician. And we bring it up here, and there's an engagement log. We engage it and make sure that that's locked in place. Bring this clamp down here. The clamp's actually got a stainless steel shaft on here, so it's very robust and durable. We clamp it. We just did this tire here, so machine already actually knows the dimension. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually bring the TPMS in line with this roller here, and the machine will protect that through the whole process. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell it here that I want to go ahead and say yes, I want to confirm that, and I want to demount it. I'm going to move these pushes in while the machine's setting itself up here. And that's going to automatically push the tire down like a technician would push with their hand or with additional barb. And it's all nylon, so it protects the surface of the rim at all times with these red pieces here. Preventing damage on the actual machine, and we're also preventing damage on these rim and wheel assemblies. So it's automatically going to go through this process here, remove the tire. You'll see it go through its motions here. While it's going through this here, there's an incorporated camera built in the machine over here behind the back panel, and it's recording the actual time and the process here through it. It's also looking at this whole wheel assembly. So, if we had a customer came in and said that potentially maybe we did damage to their wheel while we're doing this process here, we have backed up in the database here, and we can review that with the customer if that happens. And it also works really good as a training tool. So we have a new technician operating machine. We can go review that video footage and maybe help them along on that training process on the machine. So the machine's just finishing up here. To protect ourselves for injuries, a lot of technicians with heavy assemblies, this one's not, but we can lower the assembly to the ground with the spindle lift. We're dealing with a lot of corrosion and things like that in the field. So a lot of technicians will raise the wheel up here, and they can rotate, and they can actually clean their wheel here in a ergonomic position. Ejector back. Gonna bring that back down there. Move that tire up. And again, if we got something really heavy, we can roll it over here, we can drop it over top, and we can lift that heavy assembly with our center spindle. Kind of a nice feature. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mount it. And you notice here it's rotating because I rotated it, so it's putting the TPMS in the correct location. And we'd have to give it a little bit of traction here, just like any tire changer. So I'm going to hook it around here and let it drop in place. I'm going to go ahead and push my pusher arms in advance. Make sure my tire's in the right position. I'm going to go ahead and advance that. While this is going to mount it, we're going to implement, basically when we have a really difficult tire, we have Tech 1, Tech 2, Tech 3 coming over to help those technicians when they're difficult assemblies. This machine does it all here. And it's restrained here. If you look at the blast zone where we're inflating the tire, this is all blast area. We're well protected. We're going to clip it on. We're going to hit the inflation button. Now we're at a safe distance away. So if by chance something did happen on inflation, we're protecting the technician and application. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you one more thing on the machine here. Now that it's aired up. Our inflation tool has a built-in torque wrench. So if you hear a click there, that actually torques the valve core. We're going to do that final inflation. And while we still have it clamped here, something that we like to do is we like to do a OE process called bead massage. So we have an automated procedure in here, and I'm going to click this button over here called bead massage. I'm going to go ahead and hit this go pedal on the floor here, and it's going to activate this automated procedure. And really what it's doing is it's going to go there and apply a predetermined pressure on the rollers to push down the tire with an inflated assembly, and it allows the bead seat area to really truly seat. So if we have some trapped air or some trapped paste, it will help relieve it out of the tire, which does reduce road force. We'll let that go through, and we'll be off to the balancer to balancer that up. So we're going to show you the same assembly here. We're on to tire number 2. Now we're going to activate walkway system on here. I'm going to talk a little bit about when we would use this. So we'll raise this up again here. Make sure it's engaged in a lug. We're going to go ahead and clamp that. I've already gone ahead and took the valve core out and let the air out of the tire. So again, same thing. I'm going to bring the TPMS over here, and we're going to locate it over here. And I'm going to go ahead and advance, and I'm going to move these pusher arms. I like using the pusher arms because it takes a lot of stress off the bead. Even though we're throwing the tire away, anything we can do to help get this tire off efficiently. And I'm going to activate walkaway. So why would we use walkaway? The machine has a procedure in it where if we're going to dispose this tire and we know we're throwing it in the garbage and it's worn out, we would activate walkaway mode. Walkaway mode is to allow us to go and work on the first tire we were working on, and then we come back, and because we're throwing away the tire, we don't really need to be here to keep an eye on it. The machine will protect the wheel assembly. It's programmed to really not touch the wheel. So we're going to go ahead and activate that. And it's going to ask me if we're good to go here. So I'm going to activate it. And on the screen over here, we give a little bit of information for the technician. So we're going to activate that. If you read here what it says, we're going to activate that. And now I can go over my balancer and let this machine work away over here. And I can have my other tire mounted over here. I can have it clamped up. I can close my hood, make sure my tire pressure is set, and be working over here while that tire change is on my tire number 2. We can do that for a full set of 4 tires. Photo together.
So I just want to show you guys how to get to the Hunter ADAS Hub. It's going to give you information on what ADAS is all about, what the terminology is. So hunter.com, then you're going to go to products. You're going to go to ADAS equipment right here. Then you're going to go to ADAS Information Hub. Give that a second to load. So now you can see all kinds of information about what is ADAS, how does it work. Click on Learn More. And there's videos, there's training information, what is ADAS, how does it work, the evolution of ADAS, and more. Give it a check today.